are big fancy college words called oligarchy, plutocracy that folks tonight might want to look up. It's called rule by rich folks. And that's what we're dealing with. A bunch of rich folks, two rich people threw a fit online and threw the government upside down. That is not good for America. Now, did the bill go from big to little? What happened is that the bipartisan deal that got struck by elected officials of our country were overthrown by two billionaires throwing a fit, and it's not even January.
Scott, what's your take on that?
Well, if Van is concerned about unelected officials running the government, I would invite him to review the last 4 years of the Biden administration and maybe pick up the Wall Street Journal this week. We've apparently had a president that's so diminished that his staff has been hiding it from the American people and making key decisions on behalf of our government, despite never having been elected to anything at all. So if you're concerned about it tonight, maybe take a look over the last 4 years. Look, I think ultimately all's well that ends well. The government did not shut down. We're not in any kind of crisis over the holidays here. And when the Republicans get sworn in January and Trump comes to the office on January the 20th, they're going to have to come together as a team and decide, are we going to work together or not?
So yeah, Van Jones is trying to, frame Elon Musk as this oligarch who is trying to be the next president, or who is running the government now. And they use these big fancy college words about being ruled by the rich and how billionaires are throwing fits online and throwing the government upside down. CNN is trying to push this narrative that billionaires are running the country. But then Scott points out that if you're concerned about unelected officials running the government, just review the Biden administration. It points out that Biden's staff has been making key decisions in America. It's unbelievable. Yeah, they've been making key decisions in America for the government. So again, it's all hypocrisy. But are you tired of these hypocrites? No, there is more clips for you to watch. This is a compilation for the year. So many. Scott Jennings just taking CNN down. And in many of these clips, after Scott Jennings has been criticizing Biden, CNN just, automatically just feel like, oh, they are obliged to just hate on Trump, as if they can't agree that Biden's Afghanistan pullout, for example, was terrible. And of course, they are claiming that Trump is responsible for people dying of COVID. I mean, like, what? Are these guys serious? Did they not see Biden's failed policies for Afghanistan? This is like trying to deflect, right? Oh, Trump failed on this, or Biden failing on this. Is that okay? No, two wrongs don't make a right. But this is the media again showing its hands. We've all seen it before. And showing it's some kind of a political machine for the Democrat, not a news source. So it's just not about the facts anymore. It shows some kind of, I think, this is just kind of a classic example of media bias, as it appears that CNN is engaging in tit for tat rather than providing balanced analysis. And they have the guts to say that CNN, to say that Trump needs to apologize for telling people to shine lights on their bodies and take disinfectants, which is all lies. But then Scott just debunked it, that this was all a lie and not what Trump said. That clip was a total fabrication, and we all know that. In fact, Trump's win just, that was the mandate that he's had has just really put some sunlight on all of these so-called narratives that have been putting out there.
No good reason why Bobby Kennedy, RFK Jr., should be HHS Secretary. There's no managerial experience in his resume. There's nothing that says he is qualified to do this job.
Why?
Well, because...
Well, what were the qualifications of the previous ones?
Say that again?
What were the management qualifications? I mean, Xavier Becerra...
I'm not talking about the previous. I'm talking about, I'm looking forward.
But you're calling into question whether he could actually do this job. And I think it's...
Absolutely. I think America is now, and I think
it's important to discuss it, because Xavier Becerra was just a lawyer and a politician with no management
So
experience.
does two negatives, two wrongs make a right?
Sylvia Burwell was a Walmart lobbyist. Donna Shalala was a university person.
RFK Jr. is a nut.
Okay, so that's different than what you just said. You just
he's a
said
nut.
he doesn't possess the requisite managerial experience, but then we get to the real issue here, which is you want to insult the man. But
didn't
you,
oppose RFK
doctor,
Jr.
are raising the issues that he has been raising. But I'll tell you one thing. This whole issue of the CDC and these public health agencies, look, public trust in the health regime in this country is as low as it's ever been.
But why,
It's
Scott?
because of COVID.
Right.
Because of school closures. Because of mask
Wait,
mandates.
hold on.
Because
I'm
this
gonna let
country
Dr.
was
let him get in on this.
But let me just finish. Because this country was drugged through a bunch of condescending and heavy-handed mandates that all turned out to be garbage, and that's why it's low. And the questions are.
As a white guy, we search for a reason and valorize him and make him a hero when he's just a violent criminal who did a violent thing. He's a thug.
We are not searching for a reason to make him a folk hero.
Thank you.
The left is searching for a reason to make him a folk
think
hero.
it's a left thing?
Joe
I do,
Rogan.
yes.
Joe Rogan thinks he's a folk hero.
When I see Democratic politicians do the perfunctory, well, violence is never the answer, but you can see why people are mad. Yes, I believe people on the left, and you see it online, they are searching for a reason and want to turn this person in, and they want to into a folk, and they want to justify violence to change a system they don't like. And
Your ability to shovel right-wing junk into a funnel and make it into something that is crazy.
I just want to show.
It's not right-wing.
We are showing the signs. I mean, this was today.
Elon is not someone who likes to be regulated. And so to buy MSN, he would go under some federal regulations.
Who's regulating CNN right now?
The FCC.
We're not a broadcast. It's cable.
I mean, I don't really think cable stations are under the same regulatory structure
doesn't go over public airwaves.
that broadcast is.
It's definitely regulated more than than Facebook and
there's
Twitter.
still what she's saying is that there's still a litmus test of journalism that you have to pass. You can't
That you
come on
don't have
TV
on
and just
platforms.
make up things and say things. That happens on X. Please don't give me the eyebrow furrow as if you don't know what I'm talking about. It happens often on X. I can go and say the color is blue and I will be met with so many disrespectful remarks. No one's regulating the N-word. No one's regulating the criticism. No one is regulating how people are
lies.
treated.
How much
or
government
the
regulation
lies.
of the First Amendment are you for?
Let me tell you something. If I came on here and I just started calling you all kind of names, do you think the bosses would let me continue to do that?
I mean, it happens to me occasionally. I don't know if you watch the show.
Classic Scott again. Well, there is an observation in these videos that when a white guy commits violence or a violent act, they look for a reason to valorize him. But if he's a thug, they are not searching for reasons. The left wants to make him some kind of a folk hero or FK Joe. I don't want to say that. But the video states that they're using the violence to try and justify changing the system, which is unbelievable. It's all hypocrisy, just enjoy. I mean, in fact, these clips, they don't need any commentary. It just needs for you to just sit back, relax, and watch Scott just do his things. But this final clip, which focused on media regulation, CNN, even they are wondering who is regulating them. They don't even know who is regulating them. And they are putting all the blame on Elon Musk for the lack of regulation on X. And Scott Jennings and the other guy, I don't know his name, they pointed out that the cable is not regulated like broadcast, and that they have some kind of a higher standard of journalism. But well, there is this back and forth. This one says, oh, they hate me on X. This one says they hate me on CNN, whatever it is. Well, CNN points out that this commentator on CNN points out that she gets hated on all the time. And Scott Jennings points out that he's been called names many times, and it was some kind of a joke. But at the end of the day, I think Scott Jennings is CNN's Man of the Year. Without Scott Jennings, I don't see why I should watch CNN. That's the truth about it. You know, he just counters all the, woke stuff that goes on CNN by just using common sense. Most of the things he says is just common sense. Everybody understands that. But there you have it. It was quite a wide ride through some of the most absurd moments I've seen this year, 2024. And remember from the US flexing its power over Panama to the media engaging in political games favoring one side, that is the Democrats. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe for more crazy moments. This is Black Coffee. See you in the next one. Cheers.